Okay, thanks for staying after a very long first conference day. Then Spoke the Wasteland, Songs and Fragments, celebrates T.S. Eliot's poem in its centenary. We tend to think of the wasteland as an intellectual artifact or a crisis poem. Of course, there is something of both those things, or a lot of both those things. But with our recital today, we have tried to bring out its musicality, its humor, its contrasts of scenes, of voices, of high and popular culture. We are all members of the Department of Modern Languages. We don't do this for a living, except our wonderful musicians here. So please excuse us if anything goes wrong. We hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it and would like to give us a round of applause, please wait until the end. You know the poem, so you know what the end is. So please now switch off your mobiles and try to relax and enjoy. Thank you very much for being here.
Why is it that civilized humanity can make the world so wrong? In this hurly-burly of insanity, our dreams cannot last long. We've reached a deadline, a press headline, every sorrow, blues value is news value tomorrow. Blues, 20th century blues are getting me down. Who's escaped those weary 20th century blues? Why, if there's a God in the sky, why shouldn't he grin high above those weary 20th century din? In this strange illusion, chaos and confusion, people seem to lose their way. What is there to strive for, love or keep alive for? Say, hey, hey, call it a day. Blues, nothing to win or to lose, is getting me down. Who's escaped those weary 20th century blues?
Then in 1914, my meeting with Ezra Pound changed my life. He was enthusiastic about my poems and gave me such praise and encouragement as I had long since ceased to hope for. I was happier in England, even in wartime, than I had been in America. Pound urged me to stay and encouraged me to write verse again. I think that all I wanted from Vivian was a flirtation or a mild affair. I was too shy and unpracticed to achieve either with anybody. I believe that I came to persuade myself that I was in love with her simply because I wanted to burn my boats and commit myself to staying in England. And she persuaded herself, also under the influence of Pound, that she would save the poet by keeping him in England. To her, the marriage brought no happiness. To me, it brought the state of mind out of which came the wasteland.
and civilized humanity can make the world so wrong.
April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. Winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow, feeding a little life with dried tubers.
It was a lover and his last honey hey, honey hey, honey hey, honey ho, honey hey, honey ho.
That o'er the green cornfield it passed in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers of the spring. Springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring.
You gave me hyacinth first a year ago. They called me the hyacinth girl.
Yet, when we came back late from the hyacinth garden, your arms full and your hair wet, I could not speak, and my eyes failed. I was neither living nor dead, and I knew nothing, looking into the hearts of light, the silence.
Frisch weht der Wind der Heimat zu, mein irisch Kind, wo weilest du?
My nerves are bad tonight. Yes, bad. Stay with me. Speak to me. Why do you never speak? Speak. What are you thinking of? What thinking? What? I never know what you're thinking. Think.
I think we are in Recital, where the dead men lost their bones.
What is that noise?
The wind under the door.
What is that noise now? What is the wind doing?
Nothing again, nothing.
Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway, 1925. For having lived in Westminster, how many years now? Over 20. One feels, even in the midst of the traffic, Clarissa was positive, a particular hush, a solemnity, an indescribable pause, a suspense before Big Ben strikes. There, out it boomed. The leaden circles dissolved in the air. In people's eyes, in the bellow and the uproar, in the carriages, motorcars, omnibuses, vans, sandwich men shuffling and swinging, barrel organs, and the strange high singing of some airplane overhead was what she loved. Life, London, this moment of June.
Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Underneath the arches, on cobblestones we lay. Every night you'll find us, tired out and warm, happy when the daylight comes creeping, heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattling by above, pavement is a pillow, no matter where we stray. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away.
Unreal city. Under the brown fog of a winter dawn, a crowd flowed over London Bridge. So many, I had not thought death had undone so many. Sighs, short and infrequent, were exhaled, and each man fixed his eyes before his feet, flowed up the hill and down King William Street to where St. Mary Woolnoth kept the hours, with a dead sound on the final stroke of 9. There I saw one I knew and stopped him, crying, "Stetson, you who were with me in the ships at Miley, that corpse you planted last year in your garden, has it begun to sprout? Will it bloom this year? Or has the sudden frost disturbed its bed?"
Unreal city. Under the brown fog of a winter noon, Mr. Eugenides, the Smyrna merchant, unshaven, with a pocket full of currants, CIF London, documents at sight, asked me in demotic French to luncheon at the Cannon Street Hotel, followed by a weekend at the Metropole.
At the violet hour, when the eyes and back turn upward from the desk, when the human engine waits like a taxi, throbbing, waiting, I, Tiresias, though blind, throbbing between two lives, old man with wrinkled female breasts, can see. At the violet hour, I, Tiresias, old man with wrinkled dags, perceive the scene and foretold the rest. I, who have sat by the thieves below the wall and walk among the lowest of the dead.
Sleeping when it's raining and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattling by above, pavement is a pillow, no matter where we stray. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away.
This music read by me upon the waters and along the Strand up Queen Victoria Street. Oh, city, city, I can sometimes hear beside the public bar in Lower Thames Street the pleasant whining of a mandolin and a clatter and a chatter from within, where fishmen lounge at noon, where the walls of Magnus Martyr hold inexplicable splendor of Ionian white and gold.
Trains rattling by above, pavement is a pillow, no matter where we stray. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away.
Vivian Highwood, 16 October 1922. Perhaps not even you can imagine with what emotions I saw the wasteland go out into the world. It means to me a great deal of what you have exactly described, and it has become a part of me, or I of it, this last year. It was a terrible thing, somehow, when the time came at last for it to be published. I have been distracted these last 2 days. Yours is the first word that has reached us, and your letter was unexpectedly moving. I am glad, too, that you like the criterion. It seems to me an achievement by a man who has only his evenings tired out by 8 hours in the city, and who fills hot water bottles and makes invalid food for his wretchedly unhealthy wife in between writing. I hope I'll see you both before I go away.
Since Mother Eve in the garden long ago started the fashion's been a passion. If wore a costume you might describe as brief, still every season brought its change of leaf. Should stare if she could come to town. What would Mother Eve think of my new Parisian gown? When I take my morning promenade, quite a fashion card on the promenade. Oh, I don't mind nice boys staring hard if it satisfies their desire. Do you think my dress is a little bit, just a little bit? Well, not too much of it, though it shows my shape just a little bit. That's the little bit the boys admire. I've heard my grandmother wore the crinoline, then came the bustle, ooh, it was a tussle. Women were tied up and loaded up with dress. Now fashion plates decree we must wear less. Each year our costume grows more brief. I wonder when we'll get back to the good old-fashioned leaf. When I take my morning promenade, quite a fashion card on the promenade. Oh, I don't mind nice boys staring hard if it satisfies their desire. Do you think my dress is a little bit? Oh, just a little bit. Well, not too much of it, though it shows my shape just a little bit. That's the little bit the boys admire. When I take my morning promenade, quite a fashion card on the promenade. Oh, I don't mind nice boys staring hard if it satisfies their desire. Do you think my dress is a little bit, just a little bit? Well, not too much of it, though it shows my shape just a little bit. That's the little bit the boys admire.
Here's Belladonna, the lady of the rocks, the lady of situations. He's the man with the 3 staves, and here the wheel. I do not find the hanged man, fear death by water.